Knitting at Tiffany's. I'm Tiffany, and I'm here today on location with
Emonie from Hopkins Fiber Studio.
Thank you so much for joining me, Emonie, today. This is amazing. I'm
Thank
so
you.
excited. I flew into Chicago to come visit Emonie because we met at SSK last year, 2017, and we just hit it off, and it was perfect. And fiber friends are great anywhere in the world, so it's always nice. And so she agreed to spend the day with me, and we went yarn hopping.
Yes, we did. We'll talk about that later.
Exactly.
Some of our fails and excitements.
That's right. So tell us about your shop.
My shop is for anybody who loves fiber. Primarily, my first craft would be a spinner. I'm primarily a spinner, but I have yarn, fiber, jewelry, accessories, tools, all the things for fiber lovers.
Excellent. That's great. And you also do bags.
Yes.
Because I have one of your beautiful bags.
Yes, I originally started out making bags. I'm a sewer. You know how it is when you start out crafting and then it goes into another craft, into another craft, into another craft. So originally I started out sewing. I have not yet been sewing for a while. I've got a rib injury, so I have not been on my machine, which is, yes, literally tears, tears. But hopefully in a few months I'm back to being able to sew. But that is how I originally started with sewing bags, project bags.
Excellent. And you dye yarn.
Yes, yarn, fiber. Yeah, and I do still have some superwash, but my goal being a spinner, liking to work with natural fibers, is sustainable. And we think all wool is sustainable. The wool that I carry in the shop is sustainable in the sense that it comes from the UK, from farmers where they do not use any toxic, any antibiotics, anything, no museling, which is when the sheeps have the extra folded over skin.
Oh, wow.
And they end up having to cut those folds out. So it's kind of a horrible practice, but it has improved. So sustainable in the sense that renewable, organic, and non-superwash, so it's not chemically treated.
Very nice, very nice. So I have to apologize because we're on location. We're actually near Chicago Airport, and you'll be hearing the planes above us, and I'm sure you can hear the highway traffic behind us. And but it's a fun location to be on, and so weather's beautiful. No complaints. No complaints. So what? I don't even know because there's so many questions I want to ask you at once. So let's start with what crafting do you do?
Primarily all of them. Look, let me just say that, a total PhD in all the crafts. Spinning, knitting, sewing, quilting, card making, scrapbooking. Yeah, I don't know.
Are you missing cross stitch?
And cross stitch, that is one. I don't tat yet, so I think there's one that or embroidery, but they are on my list to learn.
And did you say weaving too?
And weaving.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think you just do it all. You just, there should be an award for that. You just do it all.
But that's how it happens. Like one leads to another, to another, to another. Totally.
It's funny, I haven't gotten on any of those other bugs yet because I'm such a slow knitter. I sit to knitting.
Oh, I'm slow too.
That's okay. That's why we get along so great.
Yes.
Yeah. So what started your business for you?
Well, I worked in corporate America up until 2015, but meanwhile I was sewing. You know when you go home and you can't wait to get home to work on a project or work on something for somebody, or while you're at work your mind is going back to, I wish I was doing this, or I could be knitting, or I could be working on something. And so I left in 2015, and I'd started the business before then, still working at home, and then I went full-time in the business in September of 2015.
Wow, that's excellent.
Yeah, so it kind of gave me a break from the corporate environment, and then I could just kind of do my own thing and see where the community was going and that sort of thing.
That's excellent, and I definitely agree with the break from corporate. Everybody needs those once in a while.
Oh yes.
Yes, yes. And so you do this full-time business?
Yes, yeah, full-time. So like I said, primarily in the fiber world, so we are trying to kind of put ourselves out there. It's a group of friends and I. Some of us have businesses, some of us don't, but just trying to bring spinning out to the community. We are also all knitters, so spinning for knitting, I've taught at a few guilds, spinning for knitting, intentional spinning, spinning for a knitting project, and just trying to bridge that community, because sometimes we have sometimes I feel like an unspoken rift, like knitters versus crocheters.
Right.
Or knitters versus weavers, and we're all the same community. I mean, how did we meet? A year ago, you know, at a fiber show. You know, here we are.
That's right.
Almost a year to the date, because SSK is held in July last year. So I mean, it's community, you know, and I think in our industry, just in our fiber world, all of those crafts can, you know, combine and meld together.
That's excellent. And so, with your business, is there one thing you like doing more than the other in there, or is it just because you have all the differences in it that you do, like because you make your bags and you sew and you do dye your fibers and you spin and all, like everything.
You know what? Doing so many things, I think I like the fact that I know how to do a different thing. So for example, there are days when I don't feel like knitting, so I can crochet, or I don't feel like crocheting, and then maybe I can weave. So I do like being able to mix and match, so to speak. Also letting people know that products can be used in different ways. A lot of times we just kind of get in our rut. We get in our ruts with color. We tend to buy the same. And we like other things. We compliment people, but we tend to, yes, we tend to just gravitate to the same thing all the time. We buy the same colors all the time. We look at our stash and our stash looks alike. So I do like the fact that I can do multiple things and help others do multiple things. Like another thing with like being a crocheter, for some reason, I tend to not use my best yarn for crochet, but I'll use it for knitting.
Really? Is it because of the items you make for crocheting that you use different yarns for?
No, just literally, you know, subconsciously, I'm like, okay, well, I won't use that yarn, and I'm thinking, okay, you're still gonna wear the same item. Like, don't like give the side eye to your crochet. I mean, you know, feel free to go ahead and use it. So just trying to bridge that, you know, trying to bridge that gap in that thought process between all the crafts.
Yes, it's true. I mean, I only knit, so for me, I only do one thing, is I knit, and I knit for me.
Yeah.
But I do see I have friends like you that do other crafts, and you have other joys, and you know, I have friends that spin and they knit and they cross stitch.
Yeah.
It's great. I don't have time, but I think it's great. The more you can do, and you can cross over with them.
Yes.
Yes. Know? And so I know you like to knit, and you're like me, a slow knitter. Is there anything? What's your favorite go-to knitting? Let's say
Socks.
socks.
Plain vanilla socks, because you can make a really pretty pair of socks without having to do any work.
Yeah, get self-striping yarns. Or...
Yeah, and a lot of times, because I am a slow knitter, I would still consider myself, I've probably been knitting for about 5 years, but I would still say I'm a beginner. So to be able to make something, and socks, I think you can actually do pretty fast, especially when you can knit without looking, which is awesome.
That is true.
I also use 9-inch, so literally it's actually faster to just keep going and keep going and keep going. Also super portable for any type of travel.
True.
You don't need a pattern.
That's true.
So socks are probably the fastest. Also, I think people know what socks are when you're knitting on them.
Yes.
In the public, because people will give you the, you know, I'm pretending to not stare at you, but
right.
I am, and I've been staring for 30 minutes, but when you look up, I'm going to look away. You know, and it opens up a door, you know, for conversation. But I think people they understand socks better.
That's right. When you say, so I'm knitting on socks, instead of like, what's that? And you're doing like, oh, I'm doing this intricate lace pattern, or I'm doing a pie shawl. And you're like, what?
Yes.
So yeah, I understand that. Yes, yes. And so, are there any knitting goals that you have that you would, you know, maybe something new you'd like to learn, or something that's been on your list forever that you want to do, or a special pattern or something?
Oh, colorwork sweater.
Okay.
I've only made one garment, and let me tell you, it was when I first started knitting, and I was a continental knitter, but I could not control my gauge. So the entire cardigan is knit on a size 0 out of worsted weight yarn. It is bulletproof.
Wow.
Yes, it is bulletproof. So
I keep you warm.
Yes. So I taught myself how to knit English. And now I can get gauge, and now I can, so now I can control it. So I'm finishing up a cardigan now, and then my next sweater will be bottom up, just so I can advance that skill level. And I think, you know, you don't always want to be a beginner at anything. You want to get better. Now, I may never be a lace knitter, like I don't do anything under DK. I may never be a lace knitter, but I can still take those same skills, like learning color work and yoking. It could be thicker yarn, DK, worsted, or something like that. But that's where I would like to take, you know, I don't have to be an expert in everything, But at least with my knitting, I mean, we have something tangible. It's wonderful.
It is.
So I'm hoping to take that to the next level with some different color working sweaters.
Very nice, very nice.
Yes.
And I have to say, I mean, color work is a whole different ballgame, isn't it?
Yes.
It's not,
yes.
you know, and especially if you do the two-handed color work where you're knitting with two hands, and there's all these different types of color work, like the stranded, the intarsia, there's so much different color work. So yeah, there's a lot to learn there, and I don't know if I'd say you're a beginner knitter. You knit beautifully. So.
I don't know, but you know, sometimes, like, I mean, I've not ever like a cabled sweater. You know, my eyes would be like, oh, you know, I would love to, but not, you know, not there yet. But what I like with our craft and with our community, there are patterns that will get you where you need to be as you try and build that skill.
That's true. That is so true.
Yeah,
That's one thing, that there's so many out there that you can take baby steps.
Yes.
Like if you haven't learned brioche, which I haven't, that's on my to-do list.
Yes.
You know, you can start with a hat or a cowl with
a washcloth. I mean, just
you can even
start,
even smaller.
Yeah.
They have all that, so you can start learning something and then taking it to the next level, the next level, the next level, and then the next thing you know, you're doing a sweater brioche, let's say.
Yes.
You know, so yeah, I love that about our community. And there's always someone to help you.
Yes.
You know, like you can always call up a friend that you know that did something brioche, let's say, or whatever you were doing, a cable sweater, and saying, hey, I'm stuck, can you help me? And maybe even within your community where you can drive and meet someone. So,
or even the designers.
Yes, they're great with feedback.
I mean,
They usually even have some people help moderate their pages and their groups, and they're great with feedback. If you're stuck, they'll message you back.
And I think that says something about our community.
Yes.
You know, even in my shop where people ask, oh, well, is this something that I can spin? Is this something that I can do? I mean, that's what we're here for. That type of relationship building, skill building, if that's what you want to do. Yeah.
That's true. So do you offer spinning classes through your shop?
I don't at my shop. However, if somebody buys something, I will be happy to help them. We get together locally, and we are willing to help. We don't actually we have one shop here, the Fold. We're right outside of Chicago, so we do have the Fold. But we don't have a lot, even though it is Chicago, we don't have a lot of classes or anything like that. So our commute, it's interesting that you have all these people.
Big place,
No, we don't have a spinning guild located in Chicago. We have one in the suburbs. So I think we have a lot of opportunity. And we're going to try to get something together so that we can learn from each other, you know, grow with each other, and, you know, help the community. And of course, anybody interested in spinning, even if you're spinning to knit, we're all supporting the same craft.
That's true. That's so true. Okay. Community is huge. People don't realize, I think, sometimes how strong our community is. It's a very strong community. Knitters, you know, spinners, whatever the craft is, just the fiber community, I think, in itself is a very strong community, and it's great to have. So
true.
I have, I think, one last question, and then we can talk about our day a bit. You're going to still keep your shop going for as long as it does successfully well for you. Is there a time and point where you're going to be like, I don't want to do it anymore if it's not fun? Or is it because you want to do different ventures? Or do you think this is something that you can keep until you go old and, you know?
You know what? I think it's something that I can keep doing, in a sense is there's always somebody out there who wants to learn. You know, and when you create, because that's what we're doing, it's so soothing, so rewarding, you know, so peaceful, even if it takes us 6 months. Like I said, I'm slow, you know, I know you mentioned a lot that you're slow, you know, I think there's always a need, there's always a desire, and it's still amazing when you knit or spin in public, people come up and say, I haven't seen anybody do that in years. I don't know if you still get it, but I haven't seen anybody knit, you know, in years. So I think it's not as mainstream as, of course, I would like both of those crafts to be. So no, I will do it as long as I can.
And I still hear people say, oh my God, my grandmother used to knit. I remember that, or something, or like my aunt knit, or something like that. And they kind of remember it, which means it was a long time ago, and it's funny. So, but see, you have a very different outlook, and that's what I really like. So that's why I asked that question. I don't ask it to me. Because I wanted to hear your answer, because you look at things differently. And I like that. And you do look at it from a people point. And you look at it for how you can help. And not many people do. You know
and it's interesting. I mean, I know we have teachers that get paid, you know, for their information, and totally support them. We were talking about that earlier during our day, if you have the opportunity to take a face-to-face class, I mean, that's how the community gets supported. I mean, that's how some of the teachers make a living. But when we get together, I mean, take that time. You had to start from somewhere. And I didn't have anybody. I just learned off YouTube until I just got it. When I learned to knit, I had a coworker who was an avid knitter. Her and I are still close. She hand knit and she also machine knit.
Oh, wow.
And that community brought us together. We just saw each other last week at Stitches. And I think fiber, it brings you together.
Yes.
It brings you together. And then if we look at the way the world is now, you know, it's a wonderful way to take your mind off things. It's a wonderful way to give back. You know, random acts of kindness. It's wonderful.
That's true. That is true. It's like, you know, when people go through like drive-thrus and then someone bought you a coffee.
Yes.
I'm like, why don't you just go to a yarn shop and buy someone like a gift card or a yarn or something?
Yes.
Like
yes.
You might not have to be $20 skein of yarn. You can buy them $10 skein of, you know, gift card
yes.
and say, hey, give this to the next person that walks in.
Yes.
You know, so it's just that giving back and keeping it in the community and
yes, very
growing.
True.
It's
very
growing
true.
our community. And our community grows. It grows every day.
Yes, it does.
It's getting better and better every year with everything
yes,
that's out
it does.
there. Yeah. So let's talk about our day today, because I had a spectacular day with you.
Yes, yes, yes. All right.
It was absolutely fabulous.
We were just trying to hit the yarn shops, right? Because that's what you do when you come in town.
That's right.
So we hit 2 that were actually closed on vacation or, shall we say, on holiday. Then we grabbed some lunch, which was actually really, really good. We didn't quite know what to expect, and we kind of have special food restrictions and things like that.
They accommodated us really nicely and didn't even make a fuss, which was,
no, it was
really,
really awesome. Yeah, we didn't even get the weird faces like, okay, you need to go somewhere else with that weird, your weird eating habits. So we didn't have any of that. And so we ended up using the GPS just to find the nearest store and calling to make sure they were open. So we ended up going to Wool & Co. in St. Charles. And St. Charles, it's a beautiful area.
Oh my God, it was stunning.
It's a really, really, really beautiful area. And this shop,
to die for.
Absolutely. I mean, I told him it looked like Restoration Hardware as a yarn shop.
Yeah.
If that can give you any idea.
Oh my God. It had wood paneling on the wall, from anything like from a rustic look to like a gray washed out.
Yes.
Oh my God. So they had like images beside some of the yarns that showed you, let's say, a pattern, but their pattern was in an iPad and it was in a frame.
Yes.
I thought that was
like a digital photo frame.
Yeah. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And their iPad would change.
Innovative.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I thought that was one of the key things. Of course, they had a full wall of Brooklyn tweed.
Yes.
Which was incredible to see.
Very clean.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the shop was very, very clean, very organized, well lit, because sometimes you go in shops and you're, or sometimes things are in plastic. This shop was, I mean, it was merchandised beautifully.
It was.
Absolutely beautifully.
Yeah, the colors in there.
Yes.
We're more on the simple, I guess, like your grays and whites.
Yes.
So that it made your yarns even pop even more.
Yes.
But the cabinets, the carpets were damask print. I mean, it was stunning, like stunning. And then I have a little treat to show you guys, because they had a special selection, or section I should say. It was make your own Mad Tosh.
Yes, custom
colorways. Like
yes.
And I'm told she's the only store that does this with Mad Tosh.
Yes.
And so I have a little video on that I will show you after this, and you've got to watch it, because Mary Kate explains it fully. And Christy was there too, and Christy also does the podcast with Nomadic Yarns.
Yes.
That was so awesome to meet her, and Nomadic Yarns is just phenomenal. I'm surprised I don't carry Nomadic Yarns there.
Well, and even the customer service, and let me tell you, because we had the 2 kind of failed experiences, we got there right before they closed.
Yes.
And so no rushing, okay, these 2 need to hurry up. Yeah. Very kind.
Not even the looks.
We didn't.
Nothing.
And not even to turn the lights off on you.
Yeah,
I mean, they allowed us, to fully shop. So it was absolute great experience.
Oh, yeah.
She actually said they had more yarns online and they do free shipping.
Oh, do they have free shipping?
Yes.
You're like, no, I don't have to drive there. They can just ship to my door.
And that's what she said. She goes, you don't have to drive. Since I'm local, but she said you don't have to drive.
They must do classes, because you said they have a movie knit night.
Yes, so on Friday from 6 to 8, they had a knit night, and they had a huge table in the floor. So assuming classes or people just to come by and sit and knit, it was really, really a beautiful shop.
Oh yeah, I loved it. I wish we had a shop even like that back home. That would be my LYS. I'd be so happy with that. whoever has that as oh, I actually really
I mean,
like
even
it.
the grid wall was like faux wood. I mean, it wasn't like the white. I mean, it was absolutely something. The ceiling fans, everything.
Yeah, chandeliers.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's not wainscoting. What's the other stuff called when you have it up on the like
the panelings on the ceiling?
Like on the corners that run around
molding?
molding.
The
crown molding. It's like crown molding. But it was like old school crown molding.
Yeah.
It came out of like a castle. Oh my God! It was to blow your mind.
Really beautiful. And I mean, looking at just the physical layout of the store, but the products. I mean, everything in there was clean. The needle selection. I mean, pom-poms. It was free coffee and water set up, you know, in there, and a really nice selection of yarns. Probably the nicest Matt Tosh for sure.
Oh yeah, she's
that I've ever seen. She had indie yarns in there. Again, like
Brew City, Molly Girl.
Yeah.
3 Irish Girls.
Yeah.
Like it was just beautiful. And then they had some of like your everyday stuff.
Yes. You know like most shops
do. And then that Brooklyn tweed wall was, massive.
Yeah.
Massive section. Shabui.
Yes.
Is it Rihu?
Blue sky.
Yeah, it was beautiful. At first I had to walk around and I was just admiring just the fixtures and everything there, the architecture of the store. And then I had to walk back around and actually check out the yarns.
Oh yeah.
Because I was just like in awe.
Yeah, they were beautiful. So if you're ever in Chicagoland, this shop is in St. Charles, their downtown area.
Yeah.
Okay, we encourage you. You have to go. You have to go and check it out.
And they're also on Instagram. I think it's Wool and Company, like spelled company out, not just Wool and Co. So follow them on Instagram. Check out their website. Go to their shop. Go to their shop. Like really go to their shop, please.
Yeah, it's quite the experience.
You love it. You love it. You walk in, you feel like you're in like almost like it's like a castle that just with that rusticness though, and you're like, is this a yarn shop?
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's fancy.
I mean, even the furniture.
Yes.
Even the furniture in the shop. Yeah, it was really beautiful.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for the day. I had a blast with you. Thank you.
This is what the community is about.
Yes. Oh, I'm putting string on you.
It's all good.
Oh my God. No, this was the best. I had so much fun.
Yay.
I'm so happy that we got to do this. We got to spend time and that you're doing an interview with me and got to talk about you and your shop because I love your product. And as I said, I have one of your bags that I use and I have your yarn that I haven't found the special project for yet.
Oh, well, hang on to it.
I
know how that is. We knitters know how that is.
I'm hanging on to it.
Yeah, it has to speak to you.
It has to because you know what? It has to remind me of you. At the same time, I have to when I knit it up and it's going to be something I wear, obviously. And when I want to wear it, I want it to be like this is Emonie, and then this is what I remember.
But isn't it the whole point of like destination yarn shopping?
Yeah.
Like when you go to a retreat or if you go to a yarn shop, I mean that whole memory associated with that item.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I think that is totally unique. It's unique to our community.
It is. And when the yarn that I bought, that I will show on a different podcast, also on this interview, I'll show it next time. That will remind me of you too.
Oh, yay!
Because that was just something we picked it together, and you're like, it looks fabulous. That's what I remember.
Yeah, okay,
so it needs to have a fabulous pattern to go with it.
Wait till you see it.
It is. It's fabulous. I have to say.
Yes, it is.
She was what gave me that decision to say yes, I'm taking this yarn. Definitely.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It is. It is. And you bought some beautiful stuff too.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, another thing I liked about the shop as a spinner. We like to look for things other than, at least I do, merino. And they had, of course, they had Brooklyn there. They had Targhee and they had Rambouillet. So it was just an opportunity to get something that I would not normally purchase or something that I would spin. So completely awesome experience. Awesome experience.
Go check out the store.
Yes.
Really.
Wool & Co. St. Charles, Illinois.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful little town, like with the little...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure, like, we didn't get to walk around much because we got there when everything closed.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's, like, little restaurants
Great
and
for
stuff.
lunch.
And you can find... And there's a waterway there. It's pretty. It really is. Yeah. So thank you so much again for joining me today. It's such a blast. I'm so sad that I'm going to have to let you go. I don't want to let you go.
That's all right. But we got to spend time together. Like how normally we would not.
I know. And that's the best part about it. So I can't complain.
It's like Instagram in real life.
That's right. That's right. That's what we got. So I'm glad we could do both. Like,
yes.
That's what I'm happy about. We could do both. So thank you so much again for watching us today. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you. And happy knitting. And we'll talk to you soon. So next episode. Bye.